Hello everyone, 2024. What a year in paintball. It's time to take a look back and let's reflect on the past season. Hi everyone, I'm Craig and this is Old Guy Paintball. And one of the things I do on my Facebook page, Erie Coast Paintballers, is every year, the last 2 weeks of the year, I usually do some kind of look back and reflect on the past year in paintball in my area. And I decided to carry that over to this channel here. So let's take a look back at 2024 and see what's happened in paintball and what's going forward into 2025. First of all, I started Old Guy Paintball about 5-6 months ago, and I decided to give it a roll. I've seen lots of people do it, and I thought I'd try it. It's been a roller coaster. I haven't got the support I thought I would get right off the bat, but it's a very difficult thing to do right now. Lots of channels, lots of competition. But I'm not undaunted by it. I want to do something different. I know a lot of channels, they do various things with training and everything else. And, let's face it, if you're a pro, you can get away with that. And I'm not. So I like to talk about the general subjects of paintball. And I've tackled some very difficult subjects that some people didn't really want to hear, but needed to hear. And I'm going to continue to do that in the next year. But I thank everyone for their support with this channel, and I am continuing to look forward to doing it in 2025. Let's talk about paintball now too. The NXL. Very good year for NXL and paintball this year. First of all, they finally got to return to main TV, as you call it, on an ESPN. It was a minor channel, but they did get back into a major network, and they had a pro finals from the Mid-Atlantic Open on it. That's good for paintball. It exposed us to many people who haven't seen the sport in recent years, and also possibly attracted new viewers and new people who'd be interested in our sport. So hopefully in 2025, that will continue. They'll get another event to, probably put on TV. Hopefully it's a little longer. A lot of the broadcast was only about a half an hour. I'd like to see an hour-long broadcast. But they did a very good job explaining paintball to people who may not be current with it or understand the sport. But it's always positive to see us get back into the major stream of sporting networks and getting that kind of exposure. And with that being said, we're all going to look forward to 2025 in Major League Paintball NXL. One of the things is there have been some changes in teams, and that's one of the episodes I'll be doing here very soon into January is some of the issues, I think, with the NXL and some of the things they can do to think they can make it better. But overall, hey, we're excited. Paintball will be back sometime in April. So hopefully, it'll get here sooner than later. Also, the next thing I want to talk about is, every year in paintball, we go through the same situation of fields and stores closing. Even in my area, again, another field had shut down about an hour and a half away. And I'm sure in some of your areas that may have happened also. But one of the things that hurts is that the more fields that shut, the harder it is for us to play paintball. There's a lot of reasons fields close. And actually, I'm going to do an episode next year on paintball operations so that people can understand all the, the things that go into having to run a paintball field. And it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is, surprisingly. But it's always tough when fields close, a local store or a pro shop shuts down. I know we have a lot of big box retailers out there, and they handle a lot of paintball gear, but it's also always try to support your local field and your local store. They're a business like everybody else. They employ people. They're trying to make a living. And if you ever have an issue with them, talk to that individual and try to resolve it. The worst thing to do is have more fields closed. It's getting harder and harder for people to have to want to play paintball when they got to drive an hour or two away. It just makes it very difficult to grow the sport when there's just no place to play. With that being said, I think paintball is starting another resurgence. As we previously stated, getting more exposure for Major League Paintball, NXL. You're seeing a larger venue for regional and local events. Many people are trying to get involved in that. And that's always a positive thing for paintball because, the more exposure we get to making people aware of the sport, the more they may be willing to try it. And if anybody is interested, please go back and have them watch my first timers video. Goes over a lot of things you need to do for that first time out so that you have a good event and a good time. Also, I want to say that, again, thank you to everybody who has supported me in the paintball journey. It goes nowhere without people like you. I hope to continue to grow the channel next year, so please help spread the word and help me grow and continue to bring you valuable paintball content that you might be interested in. And with that, what does 2025 hold? Well, first of all, this is some brainstorming ideas I have for shows next year. They may be split into 1 or 2 episodes. I try to keep every episode around 8 to 10 minutes. So they may be a 2-episode thing. But I have been spending some time. I know December's a tough month with everybody working and the holidays. But I did take some time to brainstorm some ideas for content for next year. So I do have quite a list of about 10, 12 different subjects right off the bat to discuss over the next few months. Also, if you have any ideas or would you like to see something in particular, put them in the comments down below. I love hearing from my people who watch, and anything you would like to see, drop it in and we'll see what I can do. I know there's a lot of different things some people have asked about, maybe putting some playing videos up and stuff, and I tend to do that in shorts because one of the things I noticed is a lot of the playing videos to me are extremely hard to follow. People with GoPros and stuff, and I do not have one, so that would be a sizable investment at this point for a channel that, is very small. But if there's something people want to see, I will try and do something. But if you have any ideas, any subject matters you want me to cover, please let me know. I'll gladly look into it and see if it's a subject that we can talk about. And with that, I want to wish everybody a very safe and happy New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Please, don't drink and drive. We all want you back in the paintball field next year as soon as possible. And once again, thank you to everyone for making 2024 a very memorable year here on Old Guy Paintball. And from the bottom of my heart, I cannot express my gratitude enough to you all for your support. With that, I'll just say this. I'll see you on the paintball field soon.